McCann here for Seconds Out with Johnny Nelson. Johnny, that was a terrific fight, and Callum Simpson topped it off with a thrilling end. Talk me through that fight and performance.
Actually, the last two fights were really good fights. Jeffers fighting and then Callum. But how Callum went through that, I thought it was the best way to win and to develop a young fighter. Callum still makes mistakes. Callum still gets hit when he shouldn't get hit. Callum still gets involved in the tear when he shouldn't get involved in the tear-up. And he found that out in the first 30 seconds. And what he had to do, he showed cojones, he showed bottle, he showed determination, and he showed ring honesty. At times, he was picking him off with a simple jab, put Zucco on the back foot. And Zucco's heart could be broken, but then Callum kept giving him something to live for, kept coming back into it again. Zucco was a dangerous fighter, and you could see he had KO power in either hand. And any mistake Callum made, Zucco made sure he paid for it. But Callum's determination, his pace, his pressure, his offensive, defensive style of fight was what he needed. Because if he stayed consistent and he kept fighting the same style, Zucco would have found him out. Zucco would have picked him out. But what a good way to open the door to world honours. That is the kind of one you want. These people here didn't realise how dangerous Zucco was. Remember, there's 21 wins, 18 of them by knockout. He's knocked out more people than Callum's had fights. And this guy was no walkover, no pushover. Good amateur as well. And so that, to me, was a good win.
Did Callum need that knockout finish to get the win on your scorecard?
I think it was a bit hard because he'd been knocked down, was it twice or three times already? So he lost those rounds. And the rounds at times were close, and Callum had control them and then get caught again. But I think Callum needed that if he really wants to make an impression on the world stage. He needs to stop him. He needs to get him out of there. He needs to say, you know what, this guy's dangerous, but look how bad I am. Look how I've dealt with him.
How big is the jump from European to world?
I think winning the European title is the key to world honours. It's the key to the rest of the world to say, I'm the best this side of the world. You've got to recognise me. So now I can swim in your waters. And there's more steps to make. There's more lessons to learn for Callum. And so to me, it's the right way forward. You've got to win these. If you want to be a champion and stay a champion, I mean a world champion. To me, I think it's so important to win, to get there the traditional way, British, Commonwealth, European. Because when you're doing it, you're building your confidence to say, I actually belong here. This isn't by luck. This isn't by a soft touch. And I think tonight showed Callum didn't have a soft touch. And he showed an intelligence of a young man that's nowhere near the finished article.
Word on that crowd, because the crowd were amazing well too, and I think they willed him into that win as well.
Without a doubt, but Callum's the kind of guy where I don't think he's bothered where he is. I don't think Callum cares where he is. You know, he appreciates the fans, he appreciates the love, but he could have been in Timbuktu and still fight the same way.
We've got to get to some important topics. Headlines are that boxing and the Skysports deal has come to a conclusion and won't be renewed. Just your thoughts on that situation right now?
You know what? I see the headlines just like you. We'll talk next week, and I'll find out as much, if not more than you guys do. But I see the headlines just like you do.
At the current status, it seems like Sky Sports maybe aren't. Well, we don't know what their interest is in boxing, but if they were to pull out of boxing completely, it'd be a big loss to the sport.
Listen, let's just remember this. There's been so many different outlets of boxing that have said, that's it, Sky Boxing's over. Are you mad? Sky Boxing have been king of the hill for 40 years and stood the test of time. So when they make decisions, they're smart decisions, because you've got to say they're the wisest ones on the block. So I'd be very, very surprised, but let's see what tomorrow brings.
Undoubtedly, as you know, whenever headline news breaks, everyone has their piece, has their say. Eddie Hearn on IFL was asked about it, and he said that he's not surprised because it was an impossible act for Ben Shalom to follow in his footsteps off the back of what he did with Sky Sports when he had the exclusive deal with Matchroom. Your thoughts on that?
You know what, Eddie Hearn, to me, I'll always say he was the best promoter. He is one of the best promoters out there, and I'll always give him all homage and give him respect to that. But there were people before Eddie, and there'll be people after Eddie. For Ben to follow Eddie, maybe so, but I don't know until tomorrow, until next week. I can't comment on what the situation is.
Okay, fair enough. I want to ask you about the other heavyweight news. That is, Italma is taking on Dillian White. A surprise choice in fights with some of the heavyweight fights that might have been out there. But what do you think of it?
Good fight. A good test for Moses to see if Moses can actually step up to the level. Will he be the fighter we expect him to be? Dillian White has the pedigree, the heavyweight pedigree to say, all right, then let's see if you can get through me. Dillian White's a fighting man. He'll fight anybody, no matter what. He'll fight anybody. So it shows who Dillian is, and it shows who Moses is to say, put me in this fight, let's have it.
Apologies for the spoilers as well, but Fabio Wardley, he was losing pretty much all of the rounds, and he's found the punch to stop Justice Hooney in the 10th round.
One punch changes everything, especially in heavyweight boxing. So I heard the story too, but I've not seen the fight. So I've just got to wait and see.
Johnny, hopefully I'll see you again soon at a boxing show. Thanks for being the second out, sir. Wish you the best.